Hi everyone and welcome. You are watching the first episode of Gravenhurst Public Library's Art Adventures. My name is Miss Jen and I'm the Child and Youth Services Librarian here at GPL. Today for our first project, we are going to be making clay owl ornaments. Okay, so in addition to what's in your bag, you're also going to want a rolling pin. You're going to want a bowl or something circular that you can trace. So I just have this tin can here. You're gonna need some glue, some scissors, and then also a butter knife or something to cut with. So I have my craft knife. Whatever you use, be careful, okay? Let's bust into our Art Adventures bag and see what we got. Okay, we have a tool for poking, a skewer. Parchment paper to go under our project when we bake it in the oven. We've got a straw for texture. We have some foam for a beak. We have some string to hang our ornament, 2 eyes, which are buttons, and of course, the clay. Get all of your things out, and we'll get started. Okay, before we dive into the clay here, I want you to get an adult, and I want you to get them to preheat your oven to about 255 degrees Fahrenheit, about 120, 130 degrees Celsius, okay? And they're gonna need to get out an oven-safe baking sheet, all right? So don't use the oven alone. Make sure you have an adult helping you with that. We're gonna put our owl that we create in the oven to bake. Now that that's out of the way, let's get started. So you're gonna take your clay and take it out of the plastic. Set that aside, okay? I'm gonna take this bad boy and we're gonna roll it out. Might have to take a little bit of time. Okay, and I want it to be more of a circle shape, so I'm gonna put it in a circle and start again. All right, she's all rolled out. Now, I'm thinking this guy, is it gonna fit? Oh, I think it will. I think it'll just fit if I roll it out just a smidge more. So I'm just gonna take my craft knife and cut around the edge of my circle to get off all that excess okay. And then hopefully when I pop up, I have a circle. Okay, so I have my circle. Next, what we need to do is do some folding. So we want to give them some wings and kind of a little head shape as well. So to do that, I'm going to readjust the camera so you can see. Okay, so to get the proper folds, we're going to start by folding in our wings. So I've just folded it and have a little kind of wing shape there. And I'm gonna fold the other side. Go. Next I'm gonna take the top and I'm gonna fold it down. And I kind of want like a little pointies. Okay, I think, there we go. So I want him to look more like an owl. So you can see on this side, I've actually took some of the plasticine and the clay and dragged it up. So I'm gonna do the same on this side. I'm just kind of squished it because I'm giving him 2 little kind of pointy owly ears. There we go. Okay. From there, you can take your two eyeballs, your buttons, and figure out where you want to put them. So I think about there. And so what we're gonna do, because these can't go in the oven, is we're gonna make indents of where they go so that we can glue them in place later. Okay. Then you can use this lovely guy here, and you're gonna cut a beak out of it. So we wanna give our guy a beak. So I'm just gonna take this and cut it into basically a triangle shape. And then I'll cut it down until I like the size of it. And I give you lots, so you should be able to play around with it a little bit. Like, I feel like I want it to be a little bit shorter and thicker, so I'm gonna actually do another one. Yeah, I like that better, I think. Something like that. There, that's the perfect beak, I think. Okay, and again, this foam can't go in the oven, so I'm just gonna put a gentle impression. So that I can glue it on later. Kind of see there, perfect. So I'll set that aside with my buttons. And then from there, you get to decorate your owl. This is kind of the fun part. So you have a skewer here that has a pointy end and a flat end, and you have a straw, which are really fun for kind of making some patterns. So let's do that. Alrighty, and then the final step before we bake is finding a spot that we're going to be able to hang this guy from, because we do want him to be an ornament. So I'm thinking right here is a good spot because I have enough space. If you left enough space, you can also do it between the eyes here. So I'm just going to take my straw and kind of use it like a hole punch or like a cookie cutter. I'm going to take out a chunk there in the corner. Okay, so there is my owl ready to bake. So I don't have an oven here at the library, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my owl, I'm gonna put him on my parchment paper, like so, and I'm gonna bring him home over my lunch to bake him, and then I'll bring him back to show you the final product and finish putting on the rest of the accessories. So a tip when you're using polymer clay, this type of oven baked clay, you want to give about 15 minutes in the oven for every 1/4 inch thick that your creation is. So ours are pretty thin, so they shouldn't take more than 15 minutes in the oven. But you do want to watch it because you don't want to overcook it, right? And you don't want to undercook it. So it's a bit of a guessing game, and depending on the thickness of your owl and how big you made it and all of that, you'll just have to use your best judgment and, like I said, get an adult to help you with that oven. All right, I am preheating my oven. And you can see my owl on my baking sheet. I'm gonna let that preheat and then I'll cook them for 15 minutes. Okay guys, time to finish off the owl. So I've taken it out of the oven and brought it back to the library. And so you'll have to let it cool for it to harden. It'll still be kind of soft when you take it out of the oven. You do want to watch it pretty closely because my ends burnt a little bit just along here. So what I did was just I used some of my leftover glitter from the last project and just put some glitter along the bottom to kind of cover the little burn spot there. If you can see, I just kind of put some glue on and put some glitter. So next we are going to use the glue, and we're going to glue on our button eyeballs. So you have to figure out which button goes where and in what position, kind of deal, because my buttons are different, so they go like that. I'm going to put some glue. There we go. And we'll glue that button. And we'll glue this button. And we'll let that dry. Okay, I'm gonna glue on my beak. Take a few minutes. Go. Okay, my big glitter thing, and from there I'm just gonna tie on my twine so I can hang it. Do a nice double knot. You can trim these or not, up to you. And voila! You have a hanging bird ornament. I kind of like them with the orange glitter on there. Adds a little extra element. Maybe the burn wasn't a bad thing. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching today's art adventures. I will be back on Wednesday, and we're gonna be doing geode art. Woo! So make sure to tune in, get your take and make ready, and we'll have some more fun. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.